Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Opayemi Goddess. So in today's video, I'll be talking about the apps that you need to, just download on your phone in order to settle in properly in the UK. So if you're a new immigrant, if you're already in the UK or planning to come into the UK, you actually need these apps. Trust me, you need these apps. So this is going to be a very quick video, but let's get started. So the first on my list is the First Bus app, and this is because you need to move from one place to another, obviously. So the First Bus app is First Bus itself is like is a bus transportation company, and it's a very efficient company. Honestly, like I feel like they're actually like the most popular in the UK. First Bus is like the most popular, and I think that's because of how efficient they are. I don't know if it's privately owned or if it's publicly owned. I really do not know, but I know it's a very, very efficient bus transportation system. And so to get the best out of First Bus, you need a app, and what you basically do on the app is, so for instance, if you're presently at bus station, just open the app. It will tell you when your bus would arrive. Just type in your current destination, your current location, and your destination. It will tell you when your bus would arrive, where your bus is at the moment. It will show you on the map. And yes, and also you can also book your tickets right on the app, and you can even book tickets for say a week, few days and all that, rather than going to the bus station and then buying tickets when you're actually in the bus. You can actually buy beforehand on the app and then just present your tickets when you get into the bus. So it is actually a very good app, and I would recommend it, to people like you and I. So the next on my list is actually Moovit. God, I tell everybody about Moovit. I love this app. It's been amazing. Okay, so before I go on, I would just like to say that for all these apps I'll be mentioning, I'll put a logo or something to represent these apps. I'll just put them on the screen so that you can actually just go to your app store and download them. So I'll put probably a picture of these apps on the screen for you to just know how it looks like, and then you can go to your app store and download them. Okay, so for Moovit is my favorite because it helps me to navigate places I've never been before. I use this in London every time, like every time. Moovit is very, very amazing, and it's so funny because it gives live direction. So for instance, on Moovit, on Moovit, if you put your current location and your destination, it will tell you the available means of transportation, whether by train, whether by bus, whether by car, or if you want to walk, or by scooter, or by a bicycle, just to give you all the options available. So when you click on the option you want, so for instance, if I'll be going to say central London and I'll be using the underground tube, I'll just put my preferred means of transportation, say train or something, or underground tube. So once I put that, then it tells me the train I'll be entering or I'll be boarding, when the train would arrive, the number of the train, all the details of the train. It will tell me, and when I should highlight, when I should enter the next one, when I should highlight, when I should enter the next one, and the timings as well. So it gives you all that breakdown. And then once you click on that same app, when you've decided on the means of transportation you've chosen, say your train has arrived now, once you click start, it gives you live direction. So it literally tells you can now highlight from this present train you're in, and then it tells you the next train that you should board. And it is always very, very accurate because I use it every time. It's always accurate. And also, I feel like another reason why I like this app is because it kind of eliminates waiting time. Like I don't have to keep waiting at the train station for a train that would arrive say in the next 30 minutes. I can do other things with my time. Do you get? And then when it's like say 5 minutes to the time that my train would arrive, I can now go to the train station. So it actually helps. There are times I'm in say central London and on my way back home. Once I check the app and it says, oh, say my train would arrive in the next 10-15 minutes, I can actually just do other things. I could just roam around, visit some other places, and then say like 2 or 3 minutes before my train would arrive, I'll actually just run to the station. So that's a good thing about Moovit. It helps a lot. So I'll leave a picture somewhere here for you guys to download later in your app store. So that's that about Moovit. Okay, so the next on my list is the international calling app, and I think I should have made this my first actually, because as a new immigrant in the UK, you still want to reach out to family and friends back home. You want to know how they're faring. You want to talk with your friends back home. And I also believe that relocation should not mean that you should burn bridges, because trust me, You will still need people back home to help you with one thing or the other. You need them to fill references for you. You will still need people back home for a lot of things. I mean, people besides your family. You will still need friends, colleagues at your previous place of employment. You would either need them for references or for recommendations, for referrals, for a lot of things. So please do not burn bridges. Try to still reach out to people back home besides your family. I know we reach out to our family, but friends, colleagues, and all that, you can still call them once in a while and all that. So that is the essence of this international calling app. And if you know that you really call people back home a lot, then you need one of these apps. So I'm saying this because calling directly with your local line here, your UK line, might be a bit pricey or expensive. You might be spending a lot more if you are calling directly with your UK line. But if you use any of this international calling app, it will be cheaper, especially if you have data or Wi-Fi. If you are connected to Wi-Fi or data, then that's all you need. Just recharge your line, your international calling line. It's like an app, but you have a line in that app. I hope it makes sense. So okay, yeah. So initially for like a year, I was using Smile. I'm sure a lot of you guys will know Smile, especially if you're Nigerian. And that's because I was using Smile modem back home. So when I moved to the UK, I just felt, oh, let me just continue with the Smile app. Smile app wasn't really, it was always having network issues and all that. So I stopped using Smile. And then I migrated to Tesco, and Tesco has been so amazing. So I will leave the logo or the picture or something on the screen. Tesco calling app has been amazing. I've been using it for like, say 4 or 5 months now, and it's been so amazing. All I do is just to recharge my Tesco line. It's just the app. Just open the app, recharge with sometimes £5, sometimes £10, and it works perfectly well. There's no network issue. I mean, it's just amazing. And there are times I recharge £10 and I can use that for like 2-3 weeks, you know, talking with my relatives and all that. So that's actually a very good app that you should have. It might not be Tesco. There are other ones, like I think there's Reptel, and people say good things about Reptel as well. There's White. People say good things about White as well. There's Talk 360 as well. And there's Tesco, which I just mentioned. There's Smile. There's also Skype. So you can still reach out to family members and friends back home through Skype. But I know it may not be very convenient. It feels too official. For me, Skype feels so official and formal. So I don't do Skype. I mean, for family and friends, I don't. I just feel like Skype is for like interviews, for formal engagements and all that. So I don't do that. But Tesco has been very good to me in the last 4 or 5 months, I think. So that's that about international calling app. So the next on my list is actually Eventbrite. So if you're like the social bird, or what do they call people that like going out, the outgoing people? Yeah, so if you're like the life of the party, not necessarily life of the party, but you're just like very sociable, you like going out, like going for events, you're not like someone like me who likes to stay in there. But I mean, if you're just like the outgoing type, like going for events, then you need to download the Eventbrite app. So you can actually reach them on their website as well. They have a website, maybe eventbrite.com. I don't know, but I'll check and probably put it somewhere on the screen for you. But just type Eventbrite on Google, honestly. So what Eventbrite does, whether the app or the website, it brings out all the events going on in your area. So you can just put events in my area and all that on Eventbrite. It will show you loads and loads of events in your area. I remember I used to use this app a lot in, I think, February last year, just before the pandemic struck. I used to use it a lot just to know the events in my neighborhood or in my area or in my city. Yeah, in my city. I used to use that, but of course the pandemic struck and I stopped. But in recent times, like in the last 1 month, I've been checking on Eventbrite now just to see upcoming events and also to check my schedule and see which ones I can attend. So Eventbrite is very, very good. And it's not just for, say, shows, parties and all that. Even for formal events, educational events and all that, you will find whatever you want, you find it on Eventbrite. And so some of these events are free, and for some of them you have to buy a ticket. So yes, just check. If you're interested, you can always buy a ticket, and some of them are actually free. So for instance, if you can't afford to pay for a show or for an event, you can go for the free ones as well. So Eventbrite is actually something I would recommend for everybody. I mean, you don't have to always sit at home like I do. Okay, the next app I would mention is Uber. Uber is something that everybody should have in the UK if you're a new immigrant. And there are times you'll be stranded. There are times you keep waiting for the bus and you don't know when the bus will arrive. There are times that you will just have to call Uber. There are times that I remember when I came newly, I did, oh my god, when I came newly, I didn't even realize I was supposed to download the Uber app, or I didn't even know that I could call a taxi. So there are times I would go for grocery shopping, say very much in the evening after leaving work. And then I remember a particular day, say around 10 p.m. or so, maybe 9 p.m. or thereabouts, I had to quickly rush down to get groceries and all that because I was working all through the week and I was doing late shifts. Anyways, on my way back home, gosh, there was a downpour. It was so bad. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know I was supposed to just order Uber. I didn't know what to do. So I was asking people, how do I get a taxi? And then they said you have to call a taxi. So how do I call a taxi? I was just so lost. So please, once you get into the UK, just download Uber. I'm not saying you have to order Uber every day, but trust me, an occasion would arise that you would need to order Uber. And when you settle in properly, you might even start ordering Uber every day. I'm just saying, but you need Uber. And the thing about Uber is, so there's the Uber for rides, like rides. There's another one for food. So there's Uber Eats and there's Uber for ride, but it's actually in the same app. So once you download the app, you have a section for like if you want to order a ride, and there's another one for if you want to order food, and then it gives you a list of all the restaurants where you can order food from. So Uber is a very good app and it is a must have. So the next I will talk about is your bank app. So I know that back home you don't necessarily have to have your bank app to do transactions or to carry out transactions, but here in the UK everything is actually online. Everything is like digitalized. You'll be so surprised to realize that you really don't even have to go to your bank for daily transactions. You know how we're so used to going to the bank in Nigeria? You don't really have to go to the bank here. It's either you just, even if you have issues, send an email or make a phone call, or even on your bank app, you can go to the chat section and then make your complaint. You really don't have to go to the bank, as frequently as we do back home. So you need your bank app. It is like a must because for every transaction you would do or carry out, you need your bank app for that. So that is why this is also very essential. Next thing is, this is not an app, but then this is something that you should do. I just mentioned it earlier anyways. So once you arrive in your city, the city where you'll be residing, go to Google and check taxis in my city or taxis in my neighborhood or taxis near me. Just type something in that regard on Google, and then Google will give you all the taxis that run in your neighborhood, and then their phone numbers will also be there. So save those numbers on your phone. So on that night, that particular night that I was stranded, I should have just called a taxi to come and pick me up, but I was very much new. I didn't know what to do until I asked people, and it was raining. There was even nobody to ask, but I just saw someone somewhere, and then I asked, and he told me just call a taxi. I was like, oh, I don't even have data on my phone because I was using the Wi-Fi at home. And then he actually helped me to call a taxi. But so that is the essence of saving numbers of those taxis in your neighborhood. So now, like in my city, there's A and B taxi, there's value taxi, there's I think we have about 4 companies, taxi companies in my city. But then I frequently use 2 of them, and for those 2 I have their phone numbers on my phone, saved on my phone. So if I'm stranded or something, or there's a downpour, I just call them, and they would always come and pick you wherever you are. Just tell them where you are, they'll come and pick you, and then they will take you to your destination, and then you make payments just the same way with Uber. But they don't have like an app, or maybe they do, maybe I just do not know. I just call them straight up. So that's that about that. The last on my list is for students, and this is actually it's not like a particular app, but for people coming into the UK to study, you need to have your university app on your phone. Of course I did not need this because I wasn't studying. I didn't come to study. But now that I'm even doing my postgraduate degree, I have my university app on my laptop, on my iPad, and on my phone. And that has been very, very helpful. So if you're coming as an international student, you need to have your university app on your phone. It would really, 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 really help you. Okay, so these are all the apps that I feel like every immigrant should have in the UK. If you're coming newly into the UK, if you're on your way, or you're still contemplating, or you're in the process already, you can actually download these apps, and these apps would really, really bless you. Trust me, they blessed me, they've helped me. Okay, so if you're already in the UK, or if you've been in the UK for forever, you guys drop those other apps that you think a new immigrant should have on his or her phone. please just drop them in the comment section. And if I can remember other apps, or if I get to know other apps, I'll also just put them in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. You actually know you're meant to subscribe. Do you know? Please subscribe to my channel. Don't just watch my videos, subscribe. Okay, like, the more you like my videos, YouTube will get to recommend this video to people that actually need it as well. So please, there's love in sharing. Just like, the more you like, then the more YouTube recommends my video to, you know, people that would really need. So please like, share, click the notification bell so you'd always be notified when I put up videos on my channel. And please don't forget to subscribe. Okay, see you guys in my next video. Bye.